Bourbon Barkeep Lounge. Got ourselves a House Call Wednesday. If you're new here, my name is Curtis, and I'll explain what House Call Wednesday actually is. If you are not new here, you can fast forward about 45 seconds probably. For the newbies, welcome. Click that like and subscribe. We'll do that again, I hope, as well. Usually I forget the second or third time around. So I have a randomizer. It tells me what battle to pick. I go on ahead, look at the battle, and it gives me two numbers. So I find the numbers in the box, if you will. I got numbers on these guys, and it tells me what to pour, and then we try and figure out what to score. We also do a bang for the buck, which I'll explain that later as well, because I really want to get into these noses. They're sitting about, how far? 3 feet, 4 feet away from me, and it feels like my entire basement smells like just a glorious whiskey. So let's dive in to glass A. Give this a quick swirl. I've already done the like and subscribe. We're ahead of schedule. Let's see what we got. That is very sweet. That has a lot of vanilla and strawberry. Honey, some cinnamon, little tingle of the nostrils, and it's not, I don't think it's ethanol, I think it's cinnamon. It's cinnamon. This smells like, have you ever had the Mike's Hot Honey? It's absolutely impossible to get out of the bottle, but when you do, it's delightful. Delightful in pizza. You're welcome. Strawberry, cherry, raspberry. Next time I think I could just condense that into red fruits. It's a sweet nose. Let's see if it matches the palate. Cheers. Ooh, here's some heat. There was no heat on the tongue. As soon as you swallow, boy, that shoots out of a cannon. Great Kentucky hug. Doesn't hang around on the palate too much. The red fruits are there. There's like a sourness, like a sour gummy worm. That one threw me for a loop. When you smell that nose, you were not expecting sour gummy worm. Yeah, I went with worm. Could have gone with a different animal. Do they all taste the same? It's like shower thoughts at this point. Finish was great in the chest. It's kind of gone from the palate to where like this sourness, sour sweetness hangs around. Wow, that was weird. I'm gonna do a sip 2 now that I kind of know what I'm getting into. Let's see. Sip 2 helped. If I was to go with what that sourness was, I think if you like go to, where they have the open bins and you can kind of get a sample and pay for the sample, obviously. There's like those fruit sours. What do they look like? They're kind of like a large Skittle, I guess, but they're like the cherry one. I think it's like the cherry sour ball. Do they even have names? Oh no, I digress. I think that's where the sour is coming from. The Mike's Hot Honey kind of comes throughout in a great way. There's like this explosion of sweetness to where it's kind of just like white sugar. Like, as odd as it's just kind of like a raw sugar, if you will. But it is sweet from nose, palate, finish is nice, a little less heat on the second sip. And I could have gone for less heat, to be fair, which I think speaks volumes to what that hug was. Drinks like it's 120, I would say, in that 120 range, not spot on 120, because that makes me, it's just harder to be smart, when you pick just one number. So if you can do a range, it's a veteran move, I think. Let's see, yep, glass A. I think that's about it. Little unmemorable. I guess outside of that sourness, that may haunt me. That sour gummy worm. I don't think I've ever gotten that on a pour yet. Wow. All right, glass B. Got the engraved Glencairns so I can keep myself straight. These are available on our Patreon if you would like to sign up, and they are free after a certain amount of months. 6 months, I think, something like that. But you get 2, so pretty cool. At least I think so. Nose. Whew. Like that. I don't know if there's a hair in my glass or if something just got on my nose, but it tickled the nostril, but I think it was like a physical tickle. Wow, that is so much richer, so much darker. It's like a maple syrup, dark fruits. We'll condense that. Wow. I enjoy that nose a lot. Molasses, dark brown sugar, the caramel, vanilla is still there. There's a really deep richness, thickness, viscosity to the nose that I feel like is tough to pull off. Let's see what we got on the palate. Boy, that's rich. Oh yeah, that's nice. Molasses, like this deep maple syrup type of area, coats the entire tongue. Finish is still going. Little less zap of a finish. Like Glass A was kind of like a zing. This one is just, that's a warm embrace. Whew. I like that. What else is coming through? Got some clove in the aftertaste. Some leather, tobacco starting to kind of come through, but these brown sugars are still kind of holding this complexity together that I really enjoy. I don't typically love kind of that black licorice taste, so I am kind of on the downside of that piece of it. But for the people that don't mind like a black licorice jelly belly, and you like the other things that came out of my mouth, this is a really good pour. Let's see what sip 2 has. Sip 2, that's enjoyable. And I still feel it going down. And I know I kind of cut away from it, but it lingers for a long time. I'm really here for that. When it comes to what else kind of came out, happy you asked. I still get kind of like that Andes mint or like a York mint, depending on what Italian restaurant you went to. With inflation, I doubt that they still do those kind of giveaways, but man, as a kid, you go that whole dinner and you're like, I can't wait for that York mint. Little bit of barrel char, kind of like it. I mean, it's just such a deep, rich pour. My guess on proof with the viscosity and at least the smoothness, I'm gonna go 110 to 115. Give me my range. Yeah, that's very nice. My assumption is Glass B is going to be older. I almost went much older. Older, just this dark richness in the brightness of Glass A. You know, you kind of navigate that way, but yeah, I'll revisit. We're gonna go back and forth a bit more, and then we're gonna score, and I'll head for the door. So, scoring time. I did enjoy both pours. I'm excited when an episode is 2 enjoyable pours, so I don't have to rip anybody apart. Glass A, it's just a really nice kind of cinnamon, cherry, vanilla bomb. Not overly complex. Like I said, I think it tastes a little youthful in terms of the amount of brightness, but great Kentucky hug. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's definitely in the good stuff tier. And I think it's upper tier of good stuff. I would say 70, where are we at? 77 today. Let's go lucky 7s. There we are. Oh man, if that's lucky 7, that's gonna suck. Now Glass B, on the other hand, has a rich, deep, dark pour, and boy, do I love it. So now, you get into the palates, you know, so if you go that route, you're gonna agree. If you like kind of this nice cinnamon, cherry, vanilla, it was very good, as you know, well, by the score. But if you go my route, you're gonna enjoy Glass B a little bit more. So if we're gonna go great pour, you're in your 80s, you're in your low 80s, this is gonna be an 84. That's close to fantastic. Tastes like it has some age on it. Like, really good. Not overly hot, but boy, the viscosity and the hug are on point. I don't think it's like a barrel proof. What'd I say? 110 to 115? Is that right? I don't know. There's a lot that happens in this mind. So, the senses out of the way. That's just pure enjoyment, experience. What do I want? What do I like? So that's the senses piece of this. Bang for the buck. Kind of teased that at the beginning. What that is, since I don't know price, I don't know proof, I'm gonna try and I guess for my own sake, I guess. And I don't know label, which I feel like is the most important piece of it. We strip all that away. What's in the glass? So the second part of this is I find out how much both of these pours actually cost. So if we're talking $75, $100, we don't care about that in senses. How does it taste? Bang for the buck. Do I feel like I got my $75? Do I feel like I got my $100? Would I pay more? Would I pay less? And so on. So now I'm gonna look down because I have a laptop and we'll see what this actually costs. So 1 minute. As mentioned before, randomizer, battle, 143. We had Glass A scoring $50. Man, that was actually pretty good for 50. Probably would have paid it a little more, but yeah, okay. Glass B, also 50. Battle of the $50 bottles, huh? Okay, okay. Got a little, a close proof in my mind is what I'm guessing. I got a $50 challenge here. I would obviously pay more for Glass B than Glass A, but 50s, that's pretty good, especially in today's market. $50 for Glass A, we'll go 78. I'd definitely get my $50 worth. I'd probably go up to 75, 80, something like that. Pretty good, I liked it. Glass B on the other hand, liked it a bit more. I would pay a bit more. We'll go 82. I feel like that's probably some of the best bang for the buck that I think I've given. I don't know. These are starting to pile up, which is great. So we got the totals on the screen with the Bourbon Barkeep algorithm and Glass B winning both categories. Glass B wins. Now what I need to do is actually find out the bottles, because if Glass B I can't get, especially at $50, I'm gonna be A, upset, and B, where I need to adjust some things. So getting back into my Google Forms, I have my Battle 143 loaded up, ready to click the drop down. The click that you'll never hear. Oh, you mother. Okay, Glass A, Weller Foolproof. That's coming in at, looks like 114 proof. That drink's much hotter. The cinnamon spice is there. Drink's much hotter. 114, wow, wasn't way off. In the ballpark, I guess. And Green River Foolproof 117.3 proof. Man, that's gonna do really well in a lot of blinds, I feel like. That's nice. That's nice. It doesn't drink 117, drinks under, but the viscosity's there. To me, I don't know. Rambling. Okay, so Weller, it's not 50, I can tell you that. I would definitely snag it for 50. For how bad of a rap, Buffalo Trace kind of gets on their secondary pricing. What is the secondary? Hang on, I gotta Google. Post-Google, I'm upset, I'm annoyed. If I wanted to buy that today, the Weller Foolproof, looks like I'm somewhere between $200 and $250. So bang for the buck would go down. It would go down substantially. If you were curious, for the algorithm's sake, I'll throw up more total scores. Bang for the buck is now 38. That is not $200. I get trying to do the infinity stones of Weller, if you will, shout out the Marvel people, but no, It's not 200. Come on, what are we doing? I don't even know what the age is on that, but it does taste young. That Green River. Take a victory lap. That is damn good stuff. Well, the only way to get over my bad mood is to consume the good stuff. And I got 2 good stuff pours at least. So glass half full. Well, it's not half full now. We're back to bad mood. All right, like, subscribe. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see what we got next week. Cheers.